Hello? I know you're in there. Please don't be scared. Have you ever seen someone that was just off to you? Of course, you don't mean it in a rude way. At least, I would hope so. I've got something for you. But it's just that their appearance gives you a suspicious vibe. You can't help it. Why don't you come out and see it? But it's that natural instinct that could very well save your life. Oh, I see you left the door unlocked, just like the front door. It's like you're just letting me in. Because what you could be dealing with might not be human to begin with. How not? What you just witnessed was a recorded account of an alternate. Alternates are rare creatures that while they appear human, they most certainly are not. Though it might be easy or hard to tell depending on the alternate in question. One sign of an alternate is usually some unnatural disfiguration, long limbs, warped faces, or even just an off smile. This can make things a little difficult to tell if you're dealing with an alternate or someone who just so happens to appear a bit off. Knowing the difference between a human and an alternate can mean the difference between life and death. Luckily, we have some interactive tests and simulations to help you identify and handle an alternate encounter. But before we get into it, let me tell you about how the alternates have become so well known in recent years. Welcome to a new segment on Cackling Pumpkins, your guide to internet horror. In this segment, we'll introduce you to certain internet horror anomalies that you may or may not be familiar with, for those who are new to these topics, or just want to get into the internet horror scene and don't know where to start. Anyway, the alternates make their first public debut in the Mandela Catalogue, a series of analog horror videos created by Alex Kister. The series in question goes over multiple encounters of alternates within the Mandela County, showing off how manipulative and devious these creatures can be, how they can destroy the bonds of friends, break someone's trust of others while luring them to their own demise. Or make them do it themselves, if you catch my drift.
And I'm telling you right now that I won't be here to confirm that. Well then just fucking leave then!
Besides, to destroy the mental well-being of people, or bring them harm, it is entirely unknown what the motives of the alternates really are. Perhaps they feed off of the despair of others, maybe it's how they survive, or perhaps it's something much more malicious. The first volume of the series, which was uploaded on August 29th, 2021, currently has over 3.6 million views, while the second volume, uploaded on January 18th, 2022, is over 1.6 million views. And that's just as of scripting this video. As of scripting this video, a third volume is in production. Alex has made a fantastic series that has successfully grabbed the attention of millions. But now it's time to take a look at the games based on the series. Welcome to Cackling Pumpkins, and these are Mandela Catalogue games. Assessment Examination. Assessment Examination by Wonderly Games has you take the role of someone who just applied to work for the Authenticity Assessment Department. The company behind this department is testing your skills to determine if you can detect a threat and how you handle said threat. You will be asked several questions during this assessment, much like an online job application. How did you hear of this position? Do you have any experience in this field? But it doesn't take long for the questions to become a bit more strange. Do you believe in God? Do you fear death? Do you have people you love in your life? Do you fear losing them? Do you fear God? After this, you'll be shown several photos of different people, and it's your job to determine whether or not they're safe or a threat. Essentially, they're trying to figure out if you can identify an alternate or not. Remember, alternates look like normal people, but each of them are a bit off in their own way. Some only subtly, others are far more extreme, so use your best judgment here. Then you'll be given a test to see how you handle a call with someone possibly dealing with an alternate. The call is from someone at the Door Park, who witnessed a child covered in blood in the area. but even the caller knows something is off about them, but they can't seem to describe it. This will conclude the assessment, but as for the game, it still has one more thing to show you. A photo of a forest with a narration of Little Red Riding Hood, using the description that Little Red uses for the big bad wolf disguised as her grandmother as a comparison to an encounter with an alternate.
Grandmother, what big eyes you have, she said. All the better to see you with, my dear. But, grandmother, what large hands you have. All the better to hug you with. Oh. But, grandmother, what a terrible big mouth you have.
Now it's done, and all you have to do is wait until you get a letter about your new job. But just because you applied in a job to determine threats doesn't mean you're safe from them. Determining a threat is only the first step, but it could very well be your last. Also, just to let you know, the game does have alternate routes you can take depending on your choices, so please keep that in mind when playing the game yourself. Maple County Interactive Training Tape. Maple County Interactive Training Tape from Thorn Baker is similar to the first game, but now it's an interactive video made for the Maple County Police Department. But the general idea is the same, to help the user determine and handle the possible alternate threats with multiple exercises. The first exercise is assessing the threat. Here you were given two photos of completely different people, and you have to decide which one is more likely to be this threat in question. Some are obvious, while others may be a little more debatable. Between each exercise, you are taken to a photo of some random home, and text will appear at the bottom. This doesn't seem to have anything to do with the exercise, but still you continue on while noting the text that appears. Then the tape will instruct you on how to identify a possible threat. Soon you are taken inside someone's home, most likely the house you were shown a photo of a few moments ago. The game completely changes genre and becomes a first-person horror game with a static effect and disorienting camera movement that makes the section seem more unsettling. Soon you'll encounter a strange figure in the halls as you hear the voice of your mother calling to you. But that can't be right, because your mother is dead. You are taken to a call with the police department between someone experiencing a break-in and the Maple County Police Department. And of course, they're no help.
Well, doing anything illegal, or...
I know, fuck you guys. Fucking nothing happens out here. Just fucking send someone. Jesus fucking... I'm sorry.
I'm just freaked out, man. This shit never happened. Alright, what's he doing right now?
Not because they don't want to, but it's just because this threat is so new and mysterious that not even the authorities know how to handle them yet. That's the thing about anomalous entities or newly discovered threats. When it's first discovered is when it's the most dangerous, as no one knows anything about it yet. Thus, no one knows how to stay safe from them. Mandela Invasion. The last game is the fastest paced one on this list. Mandela Invasion from Broken Arrow Games has you be the victim of an attack from alternates. You wake up in what seems like your home, but it's just a bit off. This clearly isn't your home. You head downstairs to investigate, only to hear someone at the front door.
Hello, open the door. I have a surprise for you.
You are now in danger, and the best thing to do is to try to survive. This game can be compared to that of Five Nights at Freddy's, as you have multiple threats that can take different paths, and have different behaviors, and you must survive until the morning. But just because it can't be compared to Five Nights at Freddy's, doesn't mean it's a clone. Far from it actually, as you move around like in a point-and-click adventure game. The first thing you should do is look in all the shelves and cabinets until you find a flashlight. Then go to the basement and use the flashlight. You'll see wooden planks that you can use to board up your windows. Do this immediately, as an alternate coming through your window is the easiest way to die, unless you board up your entrances. There's something else in the basement though. A dead lamb that gives you the option to take out its bloody heart? The biggest thing to remember is that the windows aren't the only entrances alternates can take to enter this strange version of your home. There's also the garage door. If you hear distorted laughing in your home, then rush over to the garage and shut the door before anything can get inside. But there's also the vent inside the bathroom. If you hear something crawling around, then go to the bathroom and shut the vent as soon as it opens. All of the alternates you encounter in this game are direct references to the web series, from the intruder, the long-faced alternate from Volume 2, and the strange religious painting. But the game still has an identity of its own as well. And there you have it. 3 titles inspired by Alex Kister's web series and the anomaly that is the alternates. Each of these titles offer their own little experience while giving love to the series they're based on. Who knows, there could be more on the way, and I would love to see what else people can make with this series.